Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are here on the Amateur League Major Tournament at the Season 4 end, which is top 8 players from the Season 4 end of Season 4, which have the most points, are invited to the single elimination tournament, which there is prize pool for, so for the first, second and third places. Thanks to Defiance, I believe, Ladder Legends, The Void, and Insane Master Killer communities and individuals, they are guaranteeing a lot of money on the table, and that's what these people are here for. And this is actually semifinals. After dropping me out, the PrettyFly is playing against Balimko, so this is ZVP. I didn't choose to cast the Protoss versus Protoss because I think there is 3 Protosses in top 4 right now in the semifinals. So as soon as we have someone else to cast, I'm gonna cast them. I forgot to turn on the light, but we will do that after the game. Anyways, you are looking at my main base of Bali, also known as Balimko. He's a Zerg player, he is playing in yellow colors, he's from Hungary, and he is quite good and quite a big ZVZ enjoyer, at least as far as I know. And he is making me sweat quite a bit. And meanwhile, in the opposite side, in the pink colors, we have U19 PrettyFly, who is a Protoss player from Kazakhstan, and they both are matching up the first game of this best of 5, which is the semi-final of the tournament, starting on Ruby Rock. So yeah, PrettyFly did take me out, like not much. Actually, technically he was not supposed to be playing. It was Tonsi in a way. She's actually co-casting, sort of co-casting. She's casting on her own channel, so probably you can check it out on the Twitch, as this is streamed on Twitch and some people are watching live. Thank you very much for that. And yeah, you can see how she's doing and what she's thinking and what she's casting. Anyways, let's pay attention to the game. So PrettyFly guy is opening up the pile on the bottom, going for gateway into Cybercore, starting his adept, and then he drops the second pylon. Interesting composition. Second pylon on the main, but Stargate on the natural. So this is his playstyle. This is what he was doing against me. He has been doing that for quite a long time, so that is his thing. Nevertheless, he sends his adepts, he shades in. He actually managed to block the natural here for the Balimko. I will call him Balimko because that's his full nickname, but well, sorry about that, but that might raise confusions, but not my fault. Anyways, Bali is actually going for Bane's Nest, and he has almost finished the speed upgrade. He's going for Bane's Nest, and he is making quite a bit of links, so he is planning to do Bane's Bust. Which is something I have not actually tuned out of my playlist, but I believe that could be really strong because PrettyFly guy is taking his third base quite fast without actually much walling. No, he is making another Stargate, but the links are already arriving in a big numbers, and there are nothing pretty much protecting the third base. There's only one adept which is gone, and the wall off is happening with the shield battery, like to fully wall off the natural, but the cybernetics core is outside, so it's like a weak spot in the wall which Zergs are attacking, or Balimko decides to attack, and I believe that was not a cancel actually. Oh no, it was a cancel, but there is Oracle, which has enough energy to actually get rid of pesky Zerglings which were attacking. So now PrettyFly guy is set back on 2 bases, so in difference of my games, I was not so aggressive. Therefore, he's now pushed to be playing on 2 bases. He's going for Forge and Twilight Council. Meanwhile, on the back of it, Balimko is actually droning up a bit. And quite a bit actually. He is catching up right now. Nope, but he's going for 10 Banes, so he is about to Bane Bust PrettyFly guy. Well, PrettyFly guy goes for the blink upgrade. No, he changed his mind. He goes for the charge. There comes the Banes. And the Bane successfully blew up the shield battery, and now they are walking into the mineral lane. There are two oracles getting rid of the zerglings which are attacking. PrettyFly guy is building 3 gateways right now on back of this, so he is planning to make charge lots as his defense. And he needs to do a lot of probing because now Mr. Balimko is in front of his opponent, right? Yep, he's building spores in all the bases except the natural for some reason. In the third and main base, and he's going for lair, so he is economically ahead. He has 3 bases, 44 workers, 45 workers, which is 14 workers more than Mr. PrettyFly guy. PrettyFly lost 10 probes there and got his wall got penetrated quite a bit. Well, there are 2 oracles, there's Void Ray out coming, and there is Stalkers, there are Zealots, there's +1, and there is Charge upgrade being researched right now. Technically, Balimko has some vision with overlords placed around the map sporadically, and I believe that PrettyFly guy right now is going to fly out with a Void Ray to find those overlords and snipe them down to slow down Balimko's production with the supply blocks, with making him make some overlords. Balimko meanwhile is moving out with Lynx. He's actually going for Hydra then, and he's going for Baneling speed as soon as that lair has finished. PrettyFly jumped into the third base here of Balimko and sniped down 2 workers. And there are many links here ready to make some chaos. Oh, there is a Warp Prism out from robotics facility, which I didn't spot. Sorry about that. Thank you very much, EXOS, for following. YXOS or YOS. Sorry for ravaging the nickname, but it is what it is. Oh, there is the Bane Bust number 2. And this one successfully disables the pylon here at the front, but there is another one. The sentry blocks off the zealots of PrettyFly pretty much from getting inside the main base, but he successfully clears off the Bane Bust in general. Meanwhile, Balimko is taking his 4th base, and he is going for Roach Warren on behind of this. He's going for both Hydra upgrades, and PrettyFly is pushing himself to get to the Colossus as fast as possible. Therefore, he is building Robotics Bay at his home base right now. He's warping in a lot of zealots. There is quite an extensive circle of vision provided by overlords. The Void Ray, which PrettyFly guy built, is slacking his job because there is 1, there is 2, there is 3. And the Banes are waiting charge lots for the attack. Well, technically the trades for between charge lots and Banes are actually quite expensive for the Zerg player, but I believe the Zerg player right now has quite an extensive economy lead by having 59 workers, and he is finishing his 4th base, so he is quite safe against whatever the PrettyFly is ready to put in the place of him. But here comes the PrettyFly with 1 more attack, and this time he will get to the drones, and that's quite a bit of drones going down right now. They are transferred to 4 base, but I believe that the 3rd base is going to be going down. That was hallucinated Colossi, so no threat in there. Balimko is pushing himself to build more Lings and more Hydras. He's not switching to the Roaches just yet for some reason. Maybe he doesn't have the speed upgrade. Is that the case? Yes. Also, the Hydras do not have the speed upgrade, so technically there are no movement speed upgrades for both Hydra and Roach units. Meanwhile, PrettyFly is warping in more charge lots and some more Stalkers, and he's still running from 2 bases. And he has a probe outside, so maybe he will take the 3rd. The question is, what's it gonna be? Some force fields are thrown for defensive purposes, and there are some denials happening. Well, the army supply is in favor of PrettyFly, but the AoE of Banelings might be quite painful for the Protoss player here if he has his units bunched up. Well, technically 1 charge lot running into Banelings could be triggering 5 Banes in the same time, which could be really efficient trades for the Protoss player here. There is the Warp Prism, warping in Zealots into the main base and going for attack to drones. And meanwhile he's actually attacking the third base, which was the fourth, now is the third. And Balimko is trying to secure himself, but unfortunately he lost a lot of drones in main base and also in the fourth base. And he calls GG. PrettyFly takes game number 1, and we can jump to game number 2. Anyways, let's see, and let's start like this. So, alrighty then, as per usual, welcome back to the Best of 5 series, or the semi-final of Amateur League Tournament Season 4 Major Tournament. And you are looking at game number 2 between these two guys. At the top right corner of Celestial Enclave, we have U19 PrettyFly playing Protoss in pink colors, and he is facing his opponent, Zerg player Balimko, playing in the yellow colors here at the top, in the bottom left corner. His nickname here is Bali, but that's shorter version of what he's actually using mostly, and that's Balimko. Anyways, so the first game went quite aggressive from Balimko's side, which is really cool, but yeah, did not end up well for him. Yes, Celestial Enclave is interesting map. It has this pocket base, which has only 1 gas and just 5 mineral patches over here, and only workers can pass this field through. So technically you could make cheeky natural and cheeky third base, but then again this rock wall is securing this natural base, or whatever. If it might be natural, it might be third from the attacks. So yeah, this is where the PrettyFly used his probe to go through, so this alley, and that's pretty much diagonally mirrored map. Let's see what is the opening from the PrettyFly. As previous game, pretty much very similar. Well, at least in my games he indeed did open all games pretty much the same, except there was some variety in the units which came out, and that's the difference. Anyways, yeah, PrettyFly is opening with a pylon gateway into Cybernetics core. He has 2 gaps in the wall, so this is quite a hard to wall off, to be honest. It's not like 1 unit wall off, particularly, but he is going for Adept right now. Well, the PrettyFly also didn't block the natural, nor he did blocks the third. Balimko is safely expanding, no problem. Meanwhile, in the main base, PrettyFly is dropping, or the Protoss player is dropping the second pylon and dropping the Stargate as his tech building of choice, and he's starting warp gates. Well, what will be the plan for Balimko over here? He's making... he doesn't have actually any lings right now. No, he has 4 lings. I don't think he lost a drone there. It's about to... Nope, he saves it, and he actually takes down the Adept. I believe that's 1 drone only killed, and also 1 probe down, which was the scouting probe, I believe, or one of them which was chased away. Or maybe Queen, or whoever took care of it. There is the Adept number 2. And PrettyFly actually is going for oracles this time. He's not feeling any threat from Balimko, that he might be actually flying his overlords, and which in my case he was abusing the fact and just building Void Ray and getting two OVs down. Well, the last game I guess proved him that that's not a threat. He's PrettyFly, the Protoss player, is keeping the little bit of chasing around, but the Zerglings have the speed, so technically the Adept is going down without managing to save itself. Well, Protoss player is taking this pocket base rear, and he has the Oracle number 1 out. There are a couple of shield batteries being built. The energy has been recharged. There is stasis trap actually being used for possible run-bys. Meanwhile, Balimko is going for the 4th base in the pocket. And he has a couple of links here for aggression. The Overlord was spotted on high ground. And the bases are fully walled off with another gateway. Meanwhile, tech-wise, the Protoss player is going for Forge and Twilight Council, which is quite common for him, so we might see like +1 and Blink starting, and there's actually Void Ray being built right now, so it might be tasked to clear out the bases, similar to previous games that we have seen from PrettyFly. There is Spore in the main base, Spore in the natural. The lair has been finished for Balimko, and he's going for Roach Warren right now, because he pretty much is quite blind right now. He has sent his link back over here to check out what's the situation. He warped in the Overseer, he dropped the Changeling and hopes that he can get inside, but there is no way he will. And there are two Stalkers protecting against the scouting from this. Balimko actually is building a Spire right now, so that might be quite a big Muta switch, which technically could be really good, because according to this information, except the fact that there is robotics facility being built, which might mean the Warp Prism, there is no way that PrettyFly actually can exit his base right now. Balimko is going for 8 roaches, he goes for roach speed, and he has Spire building on the back of it. Actually, he has switched the gas mining only from the third base, and the fourth base he's trying to saturate before actually saturating this third base, which might mean that he actually is planning to go for the Mutas, which would be quite effective. The question is, what's gonna be the response from PrettyFly over here, from Protoss player? Well, technically he has Blink and +1, which means that if he presses on many Stalkers, which looks like he might, because he will just explode with some gateways. He has 3 of them, he's making 3 more, I believe, if not more. So that means that might be quite okay defense, but the amount of economy that Zerg is rolling right now might actually give him some advantage, just to poke in and poke out constantly and just build the amount of Mutas. And Mutas actually are not bad in trading against Stalkers, especially if you get upgrades on them like +1, then getting the armor and maybe more. The Mutas have been revealed, and they are actually taking down the Void Ray, which was tried to be recalled. And the response from PrettyFly guy right now is to start building Phoenix, and he has a couple of Stalkers here for defense. 6 probes have gone down to the Mutas, and Mutas will be jumping from base to base. This is really convenient position for Mutas to jump from to, but the Mutas, yeah, they're like 13 probes down. How many Mutas have gone down? Only 1. That's a really good trade. The War Prism is moving out right now. There is actually Phoenix chasing away after the Mutas. A couple of links, some roaches, and the Mutas are a little bit willing to join the fight for protection reasons. Now the question is, how is Protoss player going to get out of his base? Is he actually going just to destroy the rocks and use this as his platform of launch to attacks, or if he's going to destroy the gateway, which he is. So one of the gateways goes down, and now he has opened the gates. Meanwhile, Balimko is going for actually 1-1 range. He goes for armor upgrade here, and he's going for Mutas, while Protoss player is going for Archon, which is really good against the Mutas in general. Balimko meanwhile freely just jumped the pocket base and got 7 probes down, 8 probes, and he's going for more into the main base of the Protoss player here, while Protoss player is deciding to counter attack. Does he have storms? No, he does not. He has 1 High Templar here just to throw the water balloons just for fun. And he has Warp Prism on the back of it to be able to warp in more units, but he is losing his economy heavily right now. And the Balimko takes the 3rd over here now, or the 4th to be correct right now. He lost this one, and he might be actually about to lose this one. He recalls his Mutas back from their attack. They actually took down quite a lot of probes. It's 30 probes going down. The question is, Is this army big enough to resist against Balimko army? Because there's quite a lot of mutas, and I think it's not. It's actually not. Yeah, the mutas are taking down all the fight. There's like 18 of them, and they will be able to get rid of these stalkers without a problem indeed. Even with one phoenix on top, it's not gonna be resistance. There are lings, there are roaches, there are mutas, and now Balimko is on the counter attack, and GG's called. Balimko takes game number 2. So we can jump to game number 3 and see how it goes. This is best of 5. Now I'm thinking the score, I believe, is like this, right? Alrighty then, let's jump to the opposite corner. This is semifinals of Amateur League tournament, major tournament at the end of the season 4, and we are watching at these two guys playing the third game of their best of 5, and No, everything's fine. Anyways, so in the top left corner we have Balimko playing Zerg in yellow colors here on the title Citadel, and he is playing against his opponent in the semifinals, PrettyFly Protoss player, playing in pink colors on the bottom right corner. Well, I had quite a tough time on this map specifically. Eventually those third bases are really far. And PrettyFly actually was here to block the natural, but instead he just went away because he expected that Balimko is making the third, but actually he was just late. And everything is as it is. PrettyFly, that was me. Yeah. So this is the third game. This is third game. No, this is fourth game. No, this is third game. Everything's fine. This is the third game. Yeah, I was just a little bit confused in scores. Sorry about that. Anyways, Balimko going for the link speed and going for 6 links, straight up going for the aggression. Don't think PrettyFly did spot that. He has his own gateway, cybercore, nexus, and second pylon safely dropped down. I think he has an idea. He's just going to make an adept. Is he chrono boosting? He is chrono boosting, so he might have the idea that the links are coming over. The question is, what is Balimko gonna do? He is attacking the pylon. Will he manage to shut it down before the adept spawns? And answer is yes. Nice catch. He's now hunting down the probes, which are coming here to do anything. Protoss player is forced to pull probes. He's going for Stargate on the back of this, and he will try to make a pylon to re-engage or repower his gateway and his cybernetics core. The Zerglings here are going to keep doing this one. Well, meanwhile, Balimko actually is going for the lair, pretty fast lair. He has gone for natural. There is queen in the main, queen in the natural. There is link speed right now researched, and the links are pretty much got rid of 11 probes while we are at. Look what kind of tech up is going, and Balimko takes game number 3, and we are jumping into game number 4. What's up? Okie dokies. This is best of 5. And we are looking at main base of PrettyFly, also known as Horseradish, but he's PrettyFly. He's playing plain color Protoss here on the left top corner on the mothership. And he is having the semifinals on Amateur League tournament against this guy, and that's Balimko playing yellow colored Zergs here on right top corner. So that's left top corner, that's right top corner. Yeah, this map is the third 3 spawning map, similar as the previous patch, previous map pool. It was Last Fantasy, and PrettyFly actually is having a proxy pylon and proxy gateway. That's a fancy one. And he's actually building a proxy flower. Is that the 4 gateways, or it's gonna be 3? Or it's gonna be proxy 2 gateways? It's gonna be 3. It's gonna be proxy 3 gateways. We are here to have a little bit of cheese fiesta. Well, technically Balimko did win the last map, and he actually went for pool first build, which is something I didn't abuse, which I could have probably done for my own good, but I didn't. And there's actually 4 gateways right now, so there is full flower, and then PrettyFly is going to check where is the Balimko actually located and he will find out that he definitely is not on the bottom side, that Balimko is on top right side, and he has no idea what's coming for him. Anyways, yeah, so the previous game Balimko actually went for pool first, which is why PrettyFly's probe did not find the natural to block and run to the third to see the natural there, and when it come back the natural was going up already, so technically it seemed like it was late, but actually the thing is that it was not late, it was there. I want to see where this zealot is going to spawn. So Balimko could have gone for the, oh no, it's on the bottom, okay. So Balimko could have gone for the 6 slings and pretty fast aggressively going for the shutdown of the pylon on the bottom side. Balimko is planning to take the third, but he has no idea what's coming for him, and there comes the first zealots into the map. Balimko has this base going up, but the Protoss player here is getting zealots in. He's sending 1 zealot into the main. He has 3 zealots here. He's making more zealots at his proxy location right now. The zealots, yeah, the drones are there on hold position. There is block of Eva chamber going for spine crawler, queen, and the hold position for drones to be able to hold down the attack. Balimko is still making this third. The PrettyFly has no idea about that. He will have idea once he sees the creep, if he spots that position. Many lings are coming up. The probe is here. Actually, 1 ling is really good, catching out the probe here, which might mean that if the probe was here to build, nope, it's not denied. So technically, if the probe is here to build some tech buildings, then it's gonna be no good. Anyways, the spine crawler is up. Balimko is going for roach warren, and we'll try to make roaches. I feel like this is quite a GG situation, but there is the third base here built by Balimko. The spine crawler is defending the mineral line, but I think there is quite extensive amount of zealots that could actually get rid of anything here, whatever Balimko can provide for his defense. He's making 5 roaches in the same time. Will they manage to spawn before the drones have gone down? I don't think so, because all of the drones are dead. GG Scald and PrettyFly Games takes game number 4. Okie dokies. Okie dokies. I believe, I don't remember which one I started with. I think I started with the other one, therefore I will start with this one. So alrighty then, this is the deciders match. This is the game 5 in best of 5 between these two guys in the semifinals of Amateur League's tournament, which is taking place on 13th of November of 2025. You are looking at the main base of Balimko, playing Zerg in the yellow colors here on the top left corners on 10,000 feet. The 10,000 feet seas, like I like to sound, to tell it. And he is playing against the Protoss player in pink, U19 PrettyFly. Yeah, the PrettyFly was jumping into the tournament pretty much at the last moment, because the people who were 8th, 9th, 10th position and maybe even 11th couldn't make it to the tournament or wasn't eligible to play the tournament, but he was offered the option and he jumped in. That was my biggest fear, that he will jump in the tournament and I will have to play against him, and that was exactly what happened. And here he is already in the semifinals. Got rid of me, and he has taken 2 maps from Balimko already. But last one was a little bit cheesy. Now the question is how they are going to get through this one. Well, there is double probes. There was no blockage on the natural for Balimko here. He's not going for a spawning pool first build this time. And actually PrettyFly is changing his opening unit. He's chrono boosting Zealot just in case if Balimko is going for those 6 pesky lings. Again, the aggressive lings, which he found out can actually shut him down fully if microed correctly. He's cancelling gas for some reason. He's making pylon number 2, and he is making Nexus in the natural. And I believe that will be a gateway number 2 coming up. Yep, where Warp Gate is here. Research started, Adept is being chrono boosted, and this probe is probably waiting for the gateway number 2. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, we are starting the link speed. We have double queens. We are going for third base. Quite a standard thing. No, this is a little bit of changes. There is Twilight Council involved, which might mean that the PrettyFly is going to go for some gateway unit upgrade, which could be Charge Lot, it could be Glaive Adept, it could also be Blink, right? And there might have been plans to make 2 base aggression. Could be Robotics Facility next, could not be. There is 2 Overlords for Balimko over here, positioned to be able to scout whenever. They might jump in like 3:30, which is quite standard time. Meanwhile, Balimko actually is building Bane's Nest, so he is about to try to Bane Bust. This is very light spray for sure. He might try to Bane Bust PrettyFly, the Protoss player, again. He did that once already. The warp gets being searched. There is one more Adept being built. Knowing that this Adept is actually not going for harassment, but is putting on defenses, and there is shield battery, I think that PrettyFly has an idea what's coming for him right now. And he actually starts Blink upgrade, which is quite unexpected. Balimko actually is going for good old Link drop. That's what the Overlords are here for, and this map actually is quite good for that if the Protoss player is not opening Void Ray directly and shutting it out before the time is done. So the layer was done, it's from 1 gas, there's actually Bane's Nest, and there's Dropper Lords loaded up with 8 links, which are dropping into the main base right now. And let's see what's the situation, what will the links achieve here. And there's actually some more links here in the front, and they will try to do some Bane Bust, but it looks like they cannot decide what to attack, and they decide to attack the pylon. They're going for the wall off, and that is distraction for these links to actually go in, which wasn't scouted by the Void Ray which spawned next to them. Anyways, let's see at the front. Adepts are getting rid, and Void Ray is getting rid of the pesky links at the front. Meanwhile, in the main base, 16 probes have gone down, so that's like 2 fronts attacked pretty much with the links. The links are trying to get rid of the army, but unfortunately without much of success. The Void Ray is being sent, and he might be quite eligible to kill 3 Void Rays here if he wanted to. The question is, will he gonna chase? That's 1 Void Ray down. No, 1 Overlord down almost. No, the Void Ray is like indecisive here. And links are coming to finish off the Cybernetics core, which is pretty much going to go away. There was Charge Lot upgrade being researched here by the Protoss player. There's actually gap in the wall. The question is, can the Protoss hold this push? The Void Ray has successfully gone for 3 Overlords, I believe. That's 2 Dropper Lords and 1 Overlord, and the Link attack has been held. There are 4 gateways. There is charge upgrades finished here for the Protoss player. He is going for Robotics Facility and multiple more gateways, so he is planning to make a Warp Prism probably and just go for the charge attack. Yeah, the second drop here was no success because there was a Void Ray, which I guess Balimko did forget about, so he invested in a lot more links, and that's not really what happened. Anyways, Balimko is going for Hydra then. He starts with not Hydra speed, he starts with Hydra range upgrades, he goes for the Bane speed upgrade, he goes for Macro Hatchery, he has the 4th base. There is no creep yet that connects the 3rd with the natural, and here comes the charge lots and 1 Void Ray. They will clear up the 3rd base for sure. The question is what will be defenses here from Zerg player. There's 2 more queens, actually 3 more queens. Couple of Banes are being warped in. There comes the War Prism. The 3rd base was fully cleared up. 2 Adepts and charge lots being warped in. That's a 3rd base going down. The question is, can Zerg player hold? The hallucinated Colossi is arriving. There's a couple of Banes, which I hate so much against Protoss, because look at that, they didn't do enough damage to kill off any of those charge lots actually. And now there is the queens actually successfully get rid. There's a 4th queen spawning. There is 1 Hydra joining in the party. Unfortunately going down immediately. Their queens are stuck here behind the force field, and GG Skull PrettyFly takes game number 5 and wins in semifinals and goes for the grand finals.